Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to another week of Draw Something. My name's Andy, and I'm going to be here drawing live with my piece of paper and pencil here. And the way the show works is it runs on requests, so if you have a fun thing that you want me to draw, I had a slideshow going just a second ago with some of my drawings I did last week. I had it was a wedding between peanut butter and chocolate. That was one of the drawings. Another one of the drawings was a couple of street racing slugs. I got some of my drawings on the wall behind me. Let me go ahead and do a close-up here. Hold on just a second. Yeah, you can see here on the wall behind me, I got a lot of my past drawings here. Oh my gosh, DJ Mike Brady, that is awesome. Thank you so much for rating. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm just getting started here. Just getting started. You know, I saw Mike Brady. I saw you were live, and I didn't want to assume that that was what your plan was, but thank you so much. All right, so let me go ahead and get started here. So what I was gonna say is, so this is a by request show. I draw whatever requests come in the chat. Mike Brady, yeah, I can definitely see that. But if there are any requests at the moment, I have a list of things that I can draw for myself. That's been a problem in my past streams that I feel. Joni Ziegler, Christina Valencia, awesome to see you. I was just on her stream a minute ago. She's on her way to affiliate. She plays the guitar and sings, and she's really good, so I definitely recommend checking her out. Alright, I keep getting sidetracked. So it's a by request show. I have some prompts for myself to work on here if if there are any requests coming in, and that's fine. I mean, it's hard to come up with something on the spot. I would know. I definitely have issues with that myself. That's why I wrote up a list of requests for myself, because if I try to do it here on the stream, it usually doesn't end well. Christina, good to see you too. Thank you so much for coming. Alright, let me see. So, yeah, alright. I had an idea for what I was going to start with. Last night, I was at my sister's birthday dinner, and we went to the local Japanese Steakhouse, and Japanese Steakhouse is always a fun place to go. Because you basically, not only do you get really good food, but you also get entertainment right where their food is cooked right in front of you, and the chef... I still don't know how they managed to train these guys into doing what they do. It's... And yeah, the guy we had last night at my sister's birthday party was hysterical. I just don't know how they managed to do it. Just the comedic timing, the cool stuff they do, throwing their forks around and, you know, moving the food around so quickly. It's, how long did it take him to learn all that? I can't imagine. But yeah, I was going to go ahead and start my stream tonight by drawing me and my family at the Japanese Steakhouse. So let me go ahead and start on this here. Alright, so I got the grills traced out here. Alright, so kind of wanted to do, like, you know, have him doing just multiple things at once. It could get a little messy if I draw him doing, like, all these things. Like, he's flipping the forks with one thing, and he's moving the food with another thing, and he's doing this and this and this and this and this and this. It would be a lot. Let me see. I'll figure this out. Oh, I was thinking having him with his arms up in the air with a fork in either hand. And yeah, big fire. DJ Mike Brady, definitely big fire. Yeah. Alright. I don't want the flame to block out his face, so I'm moving it a little bit to the left. There's some unexpected wind inside the restaurant. Don't mind that. So yeah, I got the big fire. I guess I want to make it I guess if I want to make it, you know, as accurate to last night as possible, he was wearing a mask because, you know, 2021. It's going to be so crazy looking back at this period in time in the future. And he also had his beard poking out from under his mask. So I'll go ahead and draw that too. Alright. So what I try to do here is I try to have a balance between sketching out and tracing, because I don't want to feel like I'm repeating myself too much. I could easily, you know, just sketch out some stuff and then start just sketch this whole thing out, and then I have to spend the next 5 minutes tracing over it all, and it gets kind of redundant. So I don't want to do that if I can help it. So I'm just going to trace over what I've drawn so far. But yeah, I mean, we were talking the other night about how when I was a kid, I was terrified of when the fire burst up when they were cooking the food. Don't have that problem anymore. I can, you know, definitely handle it. Though I still had to kind of back away at one point because it's kind of jarring. And it's hot. It's very hot. But I wasn't running and ducking under the table like I did when I was 7. So I've gotten better. Alright. So drawing his little spatula here. Which, he wouldn't just be holding it, though. He would be flipping that thing around, or at least twirling it like a baton. Something like that. I mean, he's got to be doing something other than just holding it, because that's not fun. So let me see here. So I'm going to do like kind of just a cycle of it being spun. Alright, sorry I'm not talking a whole lot at the moment. That's why I have the music in the background, to make up for my lack of verbalness. That's not the right word, but I'll go with it. Alright. So yeah, he's going ahead and spinning the spatula while he's doing all kinds of other stuff. Mainly creating this big old pillar of fire right in the middle of the stove. Again, it amazes me. I can't imagine how much training this would require to do this job. I mean, you know, between the comedic timing and the theatrics with the throwing the, you know, food and the utensils around, and then just creating this massive flame and just not, you know, running away in fear. It's beyond impressive. But yeah, let me go ahead and start drawing said food. He's got some vegetables here. Got miniature corn cobs, onions, chunks of zucchini. We show it flying up in the air. Alright. So meanwhile, he's got the rice off to the side. Remember, that's what he did last night. He had the rice off to the side to mix in later while he was cooking all the food. And the food wasn't really flying up in the air, but I'm taking some creative liberties. Okay, let me see what's next here. I gotta draw the egg roll. That's a classic joke. I feel like I think almost any time I go to a Japanese steakhouse. Oh, the kittens. Lovely Mrs. DJ, great to see you here. Yes, that was another highlight of last night. He accidentally said, when he was saying what the foods he was cooking was, he said kitten, or it sounded like he said kitten instead of chicken. And so he decided to run with that and said, you know, this is a kitten. And he was going, when he was chopping it up, he was going, meow, 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 meow. Sick and wrong, and I loved it. So yeah, definitely need to include some reference to that. Oh, I got it. Let me just draw some speech bubbles here next to the chunks of meat. They're going meow, meow. Even in death, they still meow. The meow is immortal. Okay, he did say kitten. Okay, I wasn't sure. I can't remember if it was something we just misheard or if he actually said kitten. Alright, cool. Alright. Alright, so I think that's about all I got for the grills. Let me go ahead and just draw us watching. First of all, let's draw the birthday girl, Kaylee, who, from what I recall, was the only one who succeeded in catching the the little chicken bite with her mouth. No one, I don't think anyone else managed to do it. I think all of us just bounced off our noses. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, Mrs. DJ, excuse me. Yeah, that was a little weird. I gotta be honest. That kind of made me raise an eyebrow. Maybe just mentally, not physically. That's an image. Thank you, Mrs. DJ. I'm going to have that in my head for the rest of the night. Alright, I'm going to draw me now sitting over here, and while Kaylee is able to, catch the chicken bite just fine, I'm going to show that that's not the case with me. Alright, now I'm drawing Mrs. DJ here, or I'm sketching her anyway. Once again, let me start tracing over this so I don't spend too much time on it, or too much time on either sketching or tracing. I want to make sure that it's also visible. I'm not blocking it with my arms or casting too much of a shadow on it. Alright. Of course, Kaylee's hair is super long. Donk. Alright, and then, alright, just go ahead and, There were a lot of us there last night. I don't want to leave anyone out, but I also don't want to spend a huge amount of time on this drawing so I can, move on to something else. It's kind of a conundrum. And for some reason, I'm drawing Danny in her old style rather than her current style. Still trying to get used to the fact that she is, in fact, now a almost teenager. Boy, where did the time go? Okay. Alright, right now I'm drawing Alyssa. Alright. Trying to make this process fairly quick so I can move on. Let me go ahead and draw Eric here. Then I'll go ahead and draw Mr. DJ Mike Brady. Alright, so Kaylee, Dad, Mike Brady, Eric, Cindy, Mrs. DJ, me, Danny, Alyssa. I think that was all of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that was all of us. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call this good. Let me date it and initial it. And wow, what the heck? I wrote an 8 instead of a 9. Clearly not remembering the month. Okay, let me go ahead and bring up the larger view of this. There we go. Japanese Steakhouse experience. Complete with chopped up kittens for trauma. You will never be your children will never be the same again. Alright. Next up, let me see what I got on my list of requests here for myself. Once again, if anyone currently watching has a request they want to put in, just drop it in the chat. Alright, I have the next one I'm going to do. I came up with this while I was reheating my leftovers from last night's dinner in the microwave. So, let me go ahead and get started on this. So what I was thinking here is it's a microwave that's a superhero, and kind of like Popeye has his spinach that makes him, super strong. The microwave has his own secret sauce that'll give him his power. That being, let me go ahead and finish drawing out the little details here. It is in fact aluminum foil, which to some poor suckers like me who once tried to heat aluminum foil in the microwave, or use it as a cover for a dish I was trying to heat in the microwave. Aluminum foil is not something that goes in the microwave. It can, at best, scare the heck out of you by sending lots of electric shocks out, or it could also possibly destroy your microwave. Either way, it's not good. But in this particular scenario, this is his superpower. This microwave is using the electric shocks from the foil to shock his foes. Just drawing his his limbs here. Of course, gotta give him his cape. Rose Rebel, thank you. Looks like I haven't changed the animation for that for the Mega Cheer yet. I still gotta do that. I have an animation for the smaller cheers, but not the bigger cheers. But thank you, Rose Rebel. Alright, so I'm trying to think of what would be a funny bad guy for a superhero microwave to go up against. Like, just probably something that... Like, what... I guess probably, yeah, like, what is the worst thing you can cook in the microwave? Like, it just never turns out well. I know, I mean, I guess that's pretty subjective. Like, you know, I don't know. I can... Off the top of my head, corn dog... Salmon! Snuggly Bug, great to see you! And thank you for the suggestion. I will totally incorporate that. If you have a funny thing you want to request me to draw, just drop it in the chat. If not, I'm glad you're here. Alright. So let me start tracing this over. I've been doing a lot of sketching without tracing. And, you know, I've been doing the whole, you know, tracing and then sketching and then tracing thing is just part of my usual drawing technique, I guess. But, I guess I have talked about before, like, maybe I should just skip the tracing or the sketching part and just get to the actual drawing part to make the stream a lot faster. Because even if I try to space out the drawing and sketching, or sketching and tracing, it still gets kind of redundant just watching me sort of just draw the same thing over again. It's a force of habit, but certainly something I could probably do away with for the stream. It would definitely save time. The main reason I do it is because I don't want to, you know, draw lines going over each other that I'll have to erase later. But I can take care of that when I color them. Which I'll be doing this Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific. It's my, it's color something as opposed to draw something. I just, go through the drawings I did on my Draw Something stream and color them all. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Alright, so let me go ahead and start drawing the big electric shock waves. and the salmon that is the poor victim of the microwave's wrath. I mean, I guess in this scenario he's the bad guy, so he's not really so much innocent. He's just getting his. I mean, he chose to pick a fight with the superhero microwave, and he's learning that you don't do that. You pick a fight with the superhero microwave, you get nuked. Thank you again to Snugglybug for suggesting the salmon. Yeah, that does seem like, I think that is kind of one of the worst things you could cook in the microwave. Just gonna go wild here with the scraggliness. And then just complete the typical superhero scene. I'll go ahead and draw build a skyline here in the background. Snugglybug, yes it does. I'll go ahead and do like this kind of starburst pattern surrounding Microwave Man. Let me go ahead and add some information here in the top corner, so those who see the drawing know exactly what's happening here. Alright, so there we go. Got some aluminum foil there. Sorry, I kind of didn't really think this through how I was drawing this. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I think that'll do. I'm going to go ahead and date it and initial it. Then I'll bring up the larger view. Microwave Man versus the evil salmon. Thank you, Snugglybug. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's see what I have next on my queue here. Yes. Another art streamer I've been following for a while is her name is Megs Mashables, and the main thing she does is she does mashups of animals and non-animal objects. It's always got to be include an animal, but it's just mashups of multiple objects or multiple items. Usually, it comes down to a couple of animals combined with a food, or even 3 different animals combined with each other. But it's always got to include at least one animal. So her challenge this week, what she does is every Friday is a Mashable challenge where she gives out 3 different today. Okay, wow, I'm tripping over my words. This week it's trying to combine a pumpkin, a raccoon, and a spork. I haven't quite figured out how to draw that yet, but I was thinking before going live, I could probably draw like a raccoon eating a pumpkin with a spork. So let me see what I can make out of that. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we're gonna have a hole cut in the top of it. I'm also gonna have him holding a plate with a pumpkin pie on it. This is such a big pumpkin, he was able to make a whole pumpkin pie, and there's still plenty of pumpkin left. You go to those pumpkin patches, and usually seems like they usually have one of those like really giant pumpkins that is just huge, and you can get your picture taken with it. That's kind of what this is. I do kind of wonder what ultimately happens to those pumpkins after, they're done with the season of people coming in and getting their pictures taken. Like, do they actually eat the pumpkin, or do they just throw it out? It'd be kind of a waste to throw it out, honestly. All that potential pumpkin pie filling, or whatever else you want to do with a pumpkin. Fergal F. Ferguson has the answer. Thank you, Fergal. And also, awesome to see you here. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this big old glob of pumpkin goo. Pumpkin guts. They're on his spork. Start tracing them over. Mike Brady, you snooze, you lose. Fergal would certainly know about being on time, or being. Where was I going with this? He is the time zone guy. He knows when to show up, and he knows when to drop the facts. Alright, so drawing the raccoon's kind of triangular head. Alright, there we go. So we got our pumpkin, big glob of pumpkin guts. Delicious. When you call them that, it just doesn't just make it so much more appetizing. Pumpkin guts. Who wouldn't want to put that in their stomach? Their mouth, whatever. Alright. Put a little starburst around it to show it's his prized possession. These pumpkin guts. And I think that's about all I got for this one. So I'll go ahead and just end it here. I could try to add more, but nothing's really coming to me, and I don't want to just stand here or sit here creatively sputtering for several minutes. So I'll just go ahead and call it good. And there's the larger view here. So yep, got a raccoon eating his pumpkin guts with a spork, and he's also made a pumpkin pie because he's a multi-talented raccoon. Alright, what's next here? I saw the got a couple of new viewers in the last couple minutes. So if you're just tuning in, this is a by request show. So if you have something funny you want me to draw, by all means drop a request in the chat and I'll add it to my list. Alright, looks like I'm down to the last prompt that I wrote for myself before the show, which is I was doing my laundry earlier. In fact, it just got done and the dryer just got done. So I was kind of thinking another funny thing I could draw was clothes in the washer, but with faces. So basically, clothes with faces in the washer, and the joke kind of writes itself. You know what the washer does. Alright, so I thought that would be a funny thing to do. So let me go ahead and get started on that. Alright. Kind of similar to what I drew a couple of weeks ago. I drew did a drawing of playground kids playing on the playground on the playground, at the playground, in the playground, at the playground, on the playground, at the playground, the playground, the playground, the playground. They were on the playground in the rain, and one of the kids was riding a water slide, a makeshift water slide. Planetary 121, that's it right there. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and take inspiration from that and have the first thing I draw being a surfing sock. Who's using another sock that's gotten kind of curdled up, or man, the words I should be saying are not coming to me. So he's like crinkled up. It's like a crinkled up sock. And he's using it to surf. So actually what this ends up turning into is kind of basically a in real life game of Katamari. Anyone remember that game? Where you start rolling a little ball of stuff and then you just kind of roll it around and you pick up more stuff, more garbage, more... Basically anything that's just lying around, and it just builds and builds into a bigger and bigger and bigger ball until you have this massive thing that's like 10 times larger than your character. That's kind of what ultimately happens in the washer machine, is the clothes just kind of start clumping together. I'm going to go ahead and add a little insight here to this particular shirt. This makes me uncomfortable. Alright. Trace over the sock here. Rose Rebel, yeah, I can see that happening. Alright, there we go. We got the servant sock. Got the shirts that's just kind of flying free. Not for long, though. It's only a matter of time before the Katamari ball of clothing catches up to it. Only a matter of time. It's like a metaphor for life, really. I'm gonna have this guy doing the devil horns gesture. He's metal. I'll go ahead and give him a mohawk, because I don't know, I have a thing for giving random things mohawks. I gave a Slug a mohawk last week, and this week I'm giving a Sock a mohawk. Because why not? It's funny because I would never wear a mohawk myself, but I have fun putting them on random characters or random objects. This makes me uncomfortable. Alright, let me see. It's a lot of empty space here. I'm just not really coming up with anything else to do for this. I'm gonna maybe draw some soap bubbles here. And yeah, that's all I really got, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it good. Let me bring up the larger view. Alright, so that's all the request prompts, or all the prompts, drawing prompts that I had for myself before I started my stream. So, at this point, it's I gotta come up with something on the spot, or if anyone currently watching, if you have a funny thing for boy, not on my A game tonight, I gotta admit. I'm kind of stumbling over my words and sort of just, yeah, I mean, I can't even finish that sentence. It comes in, you can't win them all. But yeah, if anyone has a funny thing they want me to draw, go ahead and drop your request in the chat. Otherwise, I could maybe just end the stream now. I've got a few drawings in here. I got 4 drawings done. That would, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's good. I could settle for that. So if no one else has a Fergal F. Ferguson, you got me. I am a fraud. Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, if no one else has any requests to make, I'll just go ahead and end the stream here. Looks like I'll be rating John Robinson with his rapid fire request Wednesday. So let me go ahead and get that raid set up. Oh, but maybe before I do that, I should do my usual end of show recap. So let me go over what I drew tonight. Started off the night with a Japanese Steakhouse experience. With the chef spinning his spatula, flinging food all over. My sister catching a little chunk of chicken that was thrown at her, no problem. And this is me right here, and it just bonks right off my forehead. I think that's literally what happened. Oh, and also the little chunks of meat are meowing. Because that may or may not be kitten meat. Alright, next up. I got Microwave Man, whose secret power source is aluminum foil, which he uses to shock his foes. In this case, we got an evil salmon. Salmon and microwaves do not get along. Anyone who's cooked salmon in the microwave would know that. Alright, next up, I got a Raccoon eating pumpkin with a spork. And he also made a pumpkin pie in the meantime, because, like I said, he's multi-talented. And then last up, hey Sean C, great to see you here. Yeah, I'm doing a shorter stream tonight. I'm kind of not on my A game, so I got a couple of good drawings done. I'm just going to call it good. Here's some clothes in the laundry, flying around. Got a surfing sock here. Got these clothes clumping up with each other. One of them is clearly not liking the situation as much as this guy. And I got a sock flying around with a mohawk and putting up the metal symbols with his hands. And some soap bubbles, and yeah, that's it. So I think without any further ado, I'll go ahead and raid John Robinson. And thank you all who showed up tonight, and hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll hopefully be more on my game this Saturday when I do my coloring stream at 1 p.m. Pacific, Saturday afternoon. So I'm going to just go ahead and check out. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy Sanctuary.